you for joining me today to learn about Unite, all of its products, and it really means to be a part of this company and what we stand for. My name is Ashley, and I have been using Unite for about 3 years now. I was first exposed to Unite by the salon I'm currently at. They've been using it for quite some time, and they absolutely loved it. It had all of these amazing claims, and me being me, I was skeptical of anything that had such bold claims as to its effectiveness. I was already using something that I thought was fine, and so it not only had to perform, but I felt like it had to outperform anything else I was using. Needless to say, after using it for a while, I absolutely fell in love with the products. They not only met the claims that they were putting out there, but they exceeded those claims. For me, though, the thing that really sold it was the culture of Unite, the story and what they stood for. And I found out later that not only do they care about a lot of the same principles that I care about, in my own life, I try to live as environmentally green, cruelty-free as possible. And they do as well. But it wasn't just this. I found out that they also give back to several different charities, one of which is the San Diego Humane Society. So both of my dogs are adopted from the San Diego Humane Society. And when I found this out, I felt like Unite was a part of my life in some crazy cosmic way before I even knew that they existed. So between the effectiveness of their products and their ethics and values and their involvement in my life, I was sold. I had fallen in love with them. But I want you to love them not just for their story, but also for their products. So today, we're going to go over Unite's mission, the story as to how it was created. We're going to talk about what makes Unite special and unlike anything else that's really out there. We'll cover the unique systems of Unite, as well as all the products that are in those systems. Then we're going to talk about this innovative new campaign we're launching called Unite Cares. We'll briefly touch on social media, and then we'll have time for questions and everything else at the end. So to start, Unite's mission is to inspire, create, and educate. They embody this in every aspect of the company, not only at corporate or at events, but in their product, in the product design, in the education that you as stylists get. Every aspect of it is an embodiment of this mission. Unite was created in 2003 by our founder, Andrew Dale. He was a well-established hairstylist around the world. He had owned multiple salons, and he was doing really, really well. But he felt that there was something lacking in the hair industry, and that the focus needed to be redirected on hairstylists and what their needs were. So he decided to create a brand that was with products that was for hairstylists by hairstylists with their needs and wants in mind. It started out small as a dream and a passion, and he was rallying for people to support him. The first warehouse was actually in his garage, and now it's an international brand. That's how far it's come, all based upon a belief that they can make something really great. Unite sets itself apart. It is unlike anything else that's out there. All of Unite's products are color safe. They're all PETA certified and cruelty free. All the products except for 2 are sulfate, sodium chloride, and paraben free. And the 2 that don't fall into that category, I'll explain to you which those are and the why behind when we get to those. It definitely makes sense once we get to it. As an added bonus, everything's gluten-free. The wheat that's in it, the process that it undergoes at the end, isn't an issue for a gluten allergy. But of course, talk to your doctor and everything. But everything here is incredibly environmentally friendly, incredibly green. It's as natural as possible and still does an amazingly effective job. Unite sets itself apart by being a luxury brand. It's not just a luxury brand by picking the most premium ingredients for the products, but also by its ethics, neither of which will ever compromise on to make a higher profit or to make something go quicker. It'll always stay this premium luxury brand. Unite, it has a boutique feeling, so that even though it operates on an international scale, it feels like a small business. Unite uses the word family. And when they say family, they don't just toss around the word. They really genuinely mean it. And it's not just, family out in corporate offices or at production, or the family of the artists who are creating the work on platforms, or amongst educators. Everyone is in this family. You're in this family by being here today and being a stylist who uses Unite. And when you pass on this knowledge to your guests, they're a part of this family. And when we say that, we genuinely mean it. Unite is selective. You'll never see us in a drugstore or a grocery store, but instead you'll only see Unite products in salons. And not just something random. There'll be salons that represent the same values that we do. Unite, instead of popping up at hair shows and things like that and following the hair trends, instead they follow the fashion world. And the reason why is because we don't see hair as an isolated entity. It's not something that just stands alone. It's a part of your entire look. So instead, we go to the fashion shows, like Fashion Week in Milan and London and Paris, and we see what's coming out. And then we take that information, we bring it back, and we come up with something in response to it. We predict where hair is going to go next in response to the fashion industry. Then from there, we bring that information and we distribute it through the family, and ultimately it gets to you as a stylist so that you can be ahead of the curve. You don't have to be playing catch up or completely off base, and you can deliver the best, most up-to-date, most innovative styles for your guests. And Unite believes in uniting hairdressers. It's not supposed to be a catty, competitive world. We're all supposed to be working in this together, which we truly believe in. And it's not just uniting them for, these products are great. We believe in uniting them through education and through charity. Unite offers educating courses for stylists of all levels and in all different types of fields, whether it be cutting or styling or color. We have you covered. Through charity, I kind of briefly mentioned before about the San Diego Humane Society. So 100% of the proceeds from the doggy poo, shampoos and conditioners, and everything from that system goes back to three main charities: the San Diego Humane Society, the San Diego Children's Home, and then Shelter to Soldier, which takes a dog from a shelter that would otherwise be euthanized, trains them, and then pairs them with a soldier who is in need of a service dog, essentially saving 2 lives in one swoop. Now, if you're anything like me, you have fallen even more in love with Unite than when you first walked in here. And that's fantastic. I'm glad that you love it based upon the core values that they stand on and what they put in from their heart into these products. But I want you to love the products as well, because they really are amazing. And I say this, cross my heart, because I'm always a skeptic and I'm always critical. And these products really, truly blew me away. So Unite is separated, the main part of Unite is separated into 8 main systems. And then we have the men's Go 247. The 8 systems have 41 products in total. It starts with the 7 Seconds, which has a pastel baby blue color. It is designed for moisture, protection, and shine. And it is great for every type of hair out there, regardless of how fine, how coarse, how thick. It is the go-to for moisture and by far the most versatile. And then we have Boing, which is in like an electric orange color with the curly girls in mind, specifically designed for curly hair needs. So definitely applicable to other hair as well. And then we have our newest system, Boost Up. which is a pastel kind of bubblegum pink color. It is designed to give soft, touchable, sexy volume. Then we have our traditional cleanse and conditioning line. So instead of having one color for the entire system, it has separate colors for like the subsections in the system. The cleanse and conditioning are your traditional shampoos and conditioners designed to clean your hair with certain effects that are desired. So for example, one of the subcolors is from Laser Straighten. It's like a fuchsia color. We'll get into that in more detail here in a moment. From there, we have our specialty cleansing conditioners. Now these have a very specific task in mind. They have a goal, and boy, do they achieve it. These, again, there's not one color for the entire line, but instead in the subsections. So the Blonda shampoo, for instance, is like an ultraviolet purple. We then move on to our styling products. The first are our wet styling products. It has a black label on it. They're designed to be going into wet hair. Then we have our hybrid products, which is designed to go into either wet or dry. They have benefits for both and uses for both. And it has a cerulean blue label, or like a royal blue. And then we have our finishing products that are in a Merlot colored label. They are designed to go into the dry hair and as like a finishing touch, the final product. And as I briefly mentioned before, we have our separate men's Go 247. It is designed with the well-groomed man in mind. And it is an entirely separate entity, but we'll also get to all the products that are in there because even though it's separate, it's certainly no less. They're still amazing. So in more detail, let's look at 7 seconds. It is our starter one. It is by far the most versatile, and it's good for everyone. It really has just so many amazing benefits. So to start, we have the 7 second shampoo. It is designed for moisture, shine, and protection. And that really is the embodiment of what this is. It delivers intense moisture, but it's still really lightweight. So someone who has dry hair, but it's really fine and they worry about their hair getting weighed down, this is perfect for them. It has hydrolyzed wheat protein in it, which, as I said, it makes it so it's still gluten-free, but it helps to rebuild and add strength to the hair. It also delivers an intense pack of moisture that will go all the way down to the center of the hair while sealing down that cuticle, allowing color to stay longer and stay fresher. You want to use this just like traditional shampoo. And it is also sulfate, sodium chloride, and paraben-free, meaning that it is safe for hair extensions or hair that's been chemically straightened. Its matching pair is the 7 seconds conditioner. It has still the same amazing benefits that the shampoo has, but as an added benefit, it also has a heat protectant and a UV protectant in it. It is very, very lightweight, but still very moisturizing to it, and it will give your hair a nice, healthy shine, like fresh hair that isn't damaged, isn't stressed, or anything else. And then from there, we have the 7 seconds leave-in conditioning spray. So I refer to this as the family product because moms will get this, especially moms who have blonding or highlights or they feel like their hair is just dry, and they'll spray it in and they'll love it. But it also works as a detangling spray. So it is great for fine hair, but it's also really great for little girls' hair where it just gets knotted and everything else from being outside or who knows what the little girls are doing to get their hair like that. It works miracles on that. You just want to spritz it in when the hair is damp and gently comb it through, and it will untangle the most stubborn of knots. All the while delivering so much moisture that is still really, really lightweight. It helps to rebalance the pH of the hair and to shut down the cuticle. So that way your hair can be the healthiest version of itself. It is a fantastic primer to set you up for success with the rest of your styling needs. From there, we have the Unite 7 Seconds Mask. This is a more deep, intensive conditioning treatment. You want to put it on maybe once a week and just let it sit on there for about 5 minutes or even more. Just so that way it can deliver a very strong pack of moisture all the way to the center of the hair. It's great as a treatment for anyone who has very dry hair, coarse hair, perhaps even damaged hair. And it's so amazing that Unite only has one mask because this does everything. There's no need to come up with a ton of different types of masks when everything you need from a mask is right here. And again, this is sulfate, sodium chloride, and paraben free. It still has that amazing heat and UV protectant in it as well to be able to deliver the healthiest version of your hair and to set you up for success. Damaged hair is not cute and it's not healthy. From there, we have the 7 Seconds Refresher. It is our dry shampoo. It is odorless, it is translucent, and it helps when you put it on like the second day, just to refresh that look, so your look can last not only that second day, but maybe even into a third. It just gives your hair new life. You want to spray it predominantly from the root out a couple of inches. There is a kaolin clay and a corn base that actually absorbs the oil in it, that allows your hair to feel fresh, like it isn't that second day to it. You do want to remember to shake it up. There is a ball bearing in here that helps to shake up the product. Otherwise, it won't be the right proportions of product to aerosol. You want to make sure you get that in there so you get the best effects to it. From there, we have our 7 Seconds Glossing Spray. Now, I say that this is a must for anyone who wants hair that looks like healthy, sexy, virgin hair that surely has never been colored. It delivers shine, but not like an oily shine, not a shimmer shine. It's not going to look lacquered or plastic or greasy. It's going to look like a natural, healthy shine. Personally, for me, as I do a lot of updos for weddings and prom, this is my go-to because it elevates the style to just make it look a million times better. You, again, want to make sure to shake this up just to get the best effect. But to show you the fact that it is not like this sheeny shine, it's just a shimmer and dissipates, I spray it on the back of my hand, and at first you can see it, but then, within a few seconds, it completely dissipates, and it's no longer touchable. It will completely absorb into the hair. And this actually acts as a heat and UV protectant as well. So it's really great to put it on like after the hair's been dried and before you curl it or style it anymore, because it'll help that hair stay nice and safe and healthy while still being styled. From there, finishing up the 7 Seconds system is the 7 Seconds Blowout Cream. Now, I like to say that this is the anti-bed head product because you put it in when it's damp, when your hair is damp, you blow out the hair and give it that nice, sexy blowout, and the blowout will be amazing. It'll be touchable. It'll be soft. It'll look like $1 million. The best part is, the next day, after you've gone to bed and you've tousled throughout the night, you comb your hair, and it bounces right back. It does have retention to it. It's not a super strong hold, but it is a retention, so you can make that blowout last from day 1 to day 2, and so on. So you really get an amazing bang for your buck here. It shuts down the cuticle, it has the heat and the UV protectant in it, and it helps to deliver a healthy looking hair while still delivering the moisture to it. And it's not heavyweight either. You do want to use a maximum of about a quarter size to it, just because you don't want to put in too much. Any type of balm too much can certainly not have the same desired effects. But play with your guest's hair and figure out the perfect amount that's for them. But like I said, a quarter amount is about your maximum you want to use. And again, that is all in our 7 seconds. And they have the baby blue colored labeling to it. What I personally love about all the colored labeling is that if your guest comes in and they're like, oh, I don't remember what she used, but they remember what color it was, at least it helps narrow down from 41 products to 7, you know. So moving on, we go to our Boing systems, which is, like I said, designed for the curly girl in mind. It again has that electric orange label to it. So Boing Curl Shampoo is designed specifically with the curly girl in mind. It has a gentle cleansing system because you don't want to strip that curly hair. Curly hair is often more fragile and in deeper need of hydration. So we always keep those things in mind. It has a chamomile in it to help to shut down that cuticle and to help deliver that hydration, along with oats that's soothing for the curls while providing the deepest moisture possible. It's super lightweight, and it's designed for all curl types. This, again, is sodium chloride, sulfate, and paraben free, so it's safe for all types of hair. Its partner is the Boing Curl Conditioner. So like I said, it has elements in it that are designed specifically with the curly girl in mind. It has a heavy impact of moisture. Those curls are desperately thirsty majority of the time, and this helps to alleviate that problem. It has chamomile in it to help deliver all of that moisture. It has oats that help soothe it, and it actually has aloe vera in it, or aloe vera juice in it, that helps deliver even a deeper moisture and a restorative property to help give the healthiest hair possible. Now, like there's the 7 Seconds Leave-In Conditioner, even more impactful is the Boing's Curl Leave-In Conditioner. It's like 7 Seconds, but on steroids. It is the most hyped up, amplified version of that, with a deeper impact of moisture. It's not as lightweight as 7 Seconds, but it does have a deeper moisture. So that certainly can be the deciding factor for you or your guest between those two. That being said, it's still not heavy. The weight is really relative to it. But if someone has curl, this is really great for them because with the consistency, it's a little bit of a thicker consistency, and it'll deliver into that hair follicle deeper. It also is really great because it helps to prep, protect, and restyle. So you can use this as a cutting lotion. You can use this to protect the hair from UV and heat and add moisture to it. You can even use this as a restyler. So on day 2, you can spread some of this through the hair and help to re-scrunch up those curls. Again, it's a really great prep product to set you up for success with the rest of your styling. Now, the 2 styling products that we have in the Boing system are the Boing Defining Curl Cream and the Boing Moisture Curl Cream. The Defining Curl Cream may seem familiar because it was the old Boing cream. It has been reformulated just to maximize its effectiveness and its potential. It has a little bit more hold than the moisture one, and a little bit more moisture. It is designed to define those curls. You want to put it in and really accentuate those curls, and then allow it to either air dry or to diffuse. But it's not crunchy, it's not flaky, it's not crispy. You don't have to trap your curls to define them. And this allows you to have the best curls possible, while still letting them be soft and touchable. It's also UV and it's heat protectant. Now, the Moisture Curl Cream is very similar to that, but it has a little bit less hold and a little bit more moisture. With that, you really need to look at what the guest needs. Do they need more moisture? Do they need more definition? Some people's curls have a lot of definition on their own, and they don't need as much assistance in that, whereas other people desperately need the moisture. Now, what if their curls fall somewhere in between? Or what if it varies per season? Or per, what the weather is outside, depending on humidity? The great thing is, you can layer these products and blend them to create the perfect proportions just for you. Again, this has heat protectant in it and a UV protectant in it. They both have anti-humectant qualities, so it'll fight even the most humid of days. From there, we have our Boosta system, which is in this kind of bubblegum pink color. Boosta is designed to create soft, touchable, effortless volume. It actually, with a shampoo, is designed to go in and to not only clean the hair, but it has polymers that will wrap around the hair and help to plump up each individual strand. So that way you are left with thicker, not only looking, but feeling hair. It's really great, of course, for all of your fine-haired clients. But don't rule out your clients who have thick hair either. If your client is okay with a bit of volume and they have thick hair, especially thick, coarse hair, like myself, this is a great product for them. I personally, this is what I use because I'm okay with a little bit of volume and I want my hair to be soft and touchable. Coarse hair isn't typically soft and touchable, but this is. And I absolutely love it for it. Even though, on the surface, you may not think that my hair would be the ideal candidate for it. It works fantastically. As an added benefit, it smells like sugar cookies. Or, not sugar cookies. It smells like pina colada. Wrong one. I love this one. My husband always laughs because he says that it smells like, a cocktail you have in Mexico or something, but it smells incredible. So with the shampoo, there is the partner, the Busta conditioner. And again, this helps to provide soft, touchable, big, sexy volume. Again, it helps with all the things that the shampoo is doing. It just accentuates that more. It still does have the heat protectant and the UV protectant in it. It still smells that amazing pina colada type of smell. And it's still really, really lightweight while still delivering a whole lot of moisture to it. From there, we have the Busta spray. So the Busta spray is especially designed for those clients who have finer or thinner hair and they just need a little extra oomph, a little extra something to help their hair get some volume in it. You want to spray this throughout the entire hair while the hair is damp, and then you can blow dry it accordingly. Now mind you, it is layerable, but you do want to keep in mind as to how much you put into it. You don't want it to become a thing where it's too hard to get it to be able to have that volume. It is really great, like I said, for clients who have fine hair, but also clients whose hair won't hold a curl and you're going to end up putting them in either a roller set or you're going to end up curling their hair. It's a great base for that because it gives a little bit of grip to it. It still does have the UV protectant and the heat protectant in it. From there, finishing out the Busta system is the Busta Thickening Blowout Cream. This is very similar to the 7 Seconds Blowout Cream. It's still a blowout cream. It's the same where it's heat activated. You want to put it in again in damp hair and then blow dry out with the most amazing blowout ever. You're going to get a little bit more volume and that soft, touchable volume with this. It still has the same anti-bedhead resistance where it'll go into day 2 and so forth. It still has the same anti-humectant properties to it, so it can fight even the most humid of summers. And it still will also have a little bit of a sweat resistance to it. So even if you're running errands and you feel like you're working up some sweat beads, it'll still fight that for you and you'll still have that most amazing blowout. Again, it has a heat protectant and a UV protectant in it. From there, we move on to our standard cleanse and conditioning system. As I mentioned before, there's not one color for the entire system, but there are colors for like the sub-systems to it. So we'll start with the Laser Straight shampoo and conditioner. Laser Straight has a fuchsia type color. It is designed for straight and smooth hair being the goal. Now that being said, it is a natural straight and smooth hair. Not stick straight, not pin straight, not slick to your head straight, but a natural, beautiful, straight hair that is nice and smooth and healthy looking. It actually helps to shut down the cuticle, so it gives it its smoothest appearance. It has a gentle cleansing agent in it derived out of coconuts. And it will provide hair that looks, like I said, healthy and smooth and straight, but still natural. Now, as I mentioned, Busta smells amazing. This smells amazing too. This smells like sugar cookies. And just don't eat it. I mean, I know it smells that good, but just don't eat it. It's not for that. Coupling with that is the Laser Straight conditioner. It, again, helps to reestablish all of those goals that you have of having straight, smooth, silky hair that looks really healthy to it. It has a heat protectant and a UV protectant in it. It will help the hair to shut down its cuticle. It'll help it look nice and healthy. You want to just use this like a regular conditioner, and it still has that amazing sugar cookie smell. I feel like I should be baking or something. From there, separate of these, is the luxury line. Now, luxury doesn't have to be only for the rich and famous, and it doesn't only have to be a once-in-a-time occasion. Luxury will save hair. You could take the most damaged hair and give them this shampoo and conditioner, and I swear, because I was there, this will save their hair. Luxury has organic white honey, it has crushed pearl, and it has argan oil in it. Now, the honey actually acts as a regenerative, restorative property. It helps against aging, but also helps to heal the hair. The crushed pearl helps to deliver not only moisture, but strength to the hair. And the argan oil delivers a huge impact of moisture and shine and health to it. As I said, you can have the most damaged hair, and if they use this, their hair will feel soft and touchable and healthy again. Their hair will feel like virgin hair again. Absolutely swear by it. This is the shampoo, and again, it is sulfate, sodium chloride, and paraben free. They can use it as a regular shampoo. Now, it is a little bit more intense. So with that, if someone has the most babyifying hair and their hair gets weighted down if you look at it the wrong way, they may want to use either less of this by blending it with another shampoo, or use it every once in a while as a treatment. It'll still have amazing restorative properties to it, but you just need to take into account their specific hair type and its needs. Coupled with it is the luxury conditioner. It has all the same amazing properties the shampoo has, but really seals them in. It helps to shut down that cuticle, rebalance out the pH, and deliver immense moisture and shine. It locks everything in, all of those nutrients, all of that regeneration, and it helps the color to stay as long as possible. This, again, has the UV and the heat protectant into it. I swear by these, they'll save hair. Now, separate from the traditional cleansing conditioning system is our specialty cleansing conditioning system. As I mentioned before, they have a specific goal in mind. They have a task, and they do it, and they execute it amazingly. What is the number one thing that blondes complain about? Especially the cool blondes. The blondes that see everything on Instagram, and they're like, I want it to be ashy white hair. It gets yellow. There may be no yellow, but it gets yellow. And there's so many factors. Whether it's toner washing out, whether it's water from old pipes in their historic house, whether there's a smoker somewhere, there's so many factors that you're combating this horrible yellow because they want to be ash. Well, don't worry anymore, because there's Blonda. It is the best blonding shampoo on the market. There's the shampoo and the conditioner. Now, this is one of those special products. Remember I said everything except for 2 products is sodium chloride, sulfate, and paraben free? Well, this has a sulfate in it. But there's a reason. To be able to deliver that toning properties into the hair, not just sitting outside and kind of washing it, actually into the hair and correctively toning it, it has to have sulfate to be able to open up that hair follicle. If not, they'd just really be paying for purple colored shampoo without the effects. This, however, gets in there. It will effectively tone it regardless of how much yellowing there is. They can use this as their regular shampoo, or they can use this where they mix it in, where perhaps once a week they use this, and a different time they use different one, depending upon really how ashy they want and how much yellowing they're combating to it. Now, it is purple. It's very purple. It's really more purple than the label purple. It is ultraviolet purple. Let's see here if you can see. Yeah, it is ultraviolet purple to it. Now, that being said, you want to use this for a maximum of 60 seconds. Any longer, and there is the risk of turning someone's hair purple, especially depending on how light their hair is. Now, if they want purple hair, yeah, it can turn their hair purple. And if you don't believe me, try it. I tried it. My boss told me, it can turn your hair purple. So I sat with this on my hair just to see what happened. And it turned my ends purple. So it really does work. Now, the conditioner is also colored purple, but it actually has, instead of the toning properties to it, it seals it in. It seals down the cuticle and locks in all those purple toning properties that the shampoo has just put in there. We like it to be purple so that way people know, oh, it goes together. It's easy, it's common sense. This will lock in all of that purple that you've worked so hard to get in there to tone out any yellowing properties to deliver the most cool and blonde results. The great thing about this shampoo and conditioner set is it's really not just for blondes. It can be used on reds or brunettes or anyone who just wants to cut the warmth. It can be used on someone who is gray or salt and pepper. It's getting a little dingy and you want to refreshen it. So make sure you use the shampoo for the toning and the conditioner to lock it in. It has a good amount of moisture to it. It's not as moisturizing as the 7 seconds, but it is still a deep pack of moisture. And it still has the heat and the UV protectant to it as well. From there, finishing up our specialty system is the Weekender shampoo. It is in a bright red type label. And you want to use this, guess what? On the weekends. The thought is, it is our deep cleansing shampoo. It is our clarifying shampoo. But it's not harsh, it's not stripping. It actually has a citrus base. And that's what is being used to cleanse out all of that dirt and that grime from the week. That's why it's called the Weekender. You use it on the weekend to get rid of all the grime and the sludge from the week. And I don't know about you, and I'm not placing any judgment, and I don't care. As a hairstylist, you probably don't wash your hair every single day. And that's fine, because guess what? I don't either. But at the end of the week, I want it all gone. I want a fresh start. This gives you your fresh start. It will cut through all of that and deliver fresh, squeaky clean hair in a healthy way of doing so. Added bonus is that if you actually want to use this as a protein treatment, you can do so. All you have to do is leave it on your hair for 5 minutes, and it helps to rebuild all of the proteins that are in your hair to deliver healthier hair. A lot of times, guests will actually use this when they're in our salon. We'll use this as a protein treatment to help set up their hair to be as healthy as possible, and then we'll follow it with a deep conditioning treatment. So that way their deep conditioning gets as impactful as it possibly can because you set it up correctly. Really, all these products work so fantastically together, and it's things like that that allow you as the stylist to deliver the best possible options for your guests. And for them to do at home too. So, all the shampoo and conditioner, those special systems are here. We're moving on to the styling specific systems. We start with our wet styling system, which, as I mentioned before, has a black label to it. We're going to start with creaming paste. It is designed to go into wet hair, as are all the wet styling systems. It will thicken up any hair. It plumps it up and makes it look nice and full. You want to put it in from the roots to about a couple inches off and really just use up the size of like a nail. And put that in, and then you can either let it air dry or you can blow dry it. Blow drying is definitely going to create a quicker effect, and it also gives you directive control over it because it definitely does have a good amount of hold that's still touchable. It's still touchable, so it has a matte finish to it. It's not crunchy or anything, but you can direct it to give a certain look to it while all adding thickening. It is really great for shorter length hair or pixies or guys' styles. The great thing is it really doesn't have a scent, so it's more of an ambiguous product to where it's unisex. It has unisex options. From there, we have the blow and set lotion. Now this is the most versatile of our blow and set or our blow dry lotions because it has a good hold to it, but it is still flexible, it is still flake free. It doesn't have a specific goal in mind, except for the goal that you tell it with perhaps what other products that you pair it with. It was originally designed to be able to put this product in on damp hair throughout, and then be able to blow dry the hair and set it. And you leave it, it cools, and you release those luxurious locks. You can still obviously do that, or you can still just do a traditional blowout and couple it with other things. Or you can do this, and it's a great setup for if you're styling it later with a hot tool, because it has a good hold to it, but it's not going to fight you by using it with other products or fight you by having too much of a hold to it. And it, again, has a UV and a heat protectant into it. It's really fantastic. Now, Laser Straight is another one of the balms or creams that we put in when you're styling the hair. Again, it goes in while the hair is damp. You put it in all over. But unlike Glow and Set, this has the goal to get straight hair. Or again, like I mentioned with the laser straight system, it is naturally straight. It is not going to be stick straight, it's not going to be pin straight. It's going to be a natural finish and naturally straight to make it look like naturally straight and healthy hair. This will help to shut down the cuticle while retaining the health and making it look smooth and sleek. It's sulfate, chloride, sodium, and paraben free, and also has the UV and heat protectant to it. Now, Elevate Mousse. And I know, oh no, it's mousse, but don't worry. It's not the 80s mousse. It's not your mom's mousse. It's good mousse. It actually has argan oil in it, which makes it so it's not crunchy. It's not that crunchy mousse that's going to poke somebody's eye out. You don't have to worry. It's soft. It's touchable. It's so lightweight. It's great for those clients who want some lift, especially fine-haired clients. You don't have to use a ton. We recommend about the size of a lid to start with. And you're going to want to dispense it by being fully upside down. It should come out to where it's a nice, fluffy type consistency. Like so. If you do it at an angle, it can get a little liquidy to it. Like I said, soft and touchable. It just really helps to give a little bit more elevation and hold to where it has soft, touchable curls that have retention but don't have any crunch. Don't worry, it's not your mom's mousse. From there, we have Expanda. So Expanda is designed for those individuals who desperately need their roots to be energized. They need some lift because otherwise it just falls limp. This you will want to spray onto damp hair at the root, maybe a couple inches off. Spray it, but do stay a little bit away. The propellant is strong, and for the client's comfort, you just want to have a little bit of distance. You spray it just on there, and then you put the rest of the styling products you have, or that you're choosing, into the rest of the hair, and blow dry it accordingly. It gives a good amount of hold and structure right up into that area, just to give it the maximum amount of lift that their hair really wants and needs. And it has a UV and a heat protectant as well. Now, moving on to the hybrid system. Hybrid has a cerulean type label, or like a royal blue. It is designed to go into either wet or dry hair. It has benefits for both, and it has intentions for both, and that's nice because it's so versatile to it. So, we start with Conundrum Paste, which really got its name because it's like, you know, is it a wax, is it a paste, is it a cream? Well, it's kind of everything. And it has all of those principles and different factors to it from each and every one. So we said it's a conundrum paste because it's kind of a conundrum. You can put this in, like I said, wet or dry. For wet hair, you still want to put it in from the root and a little bit out. It'll help to give a little bit of volume, a little bit of movement, and control. With dry hair, it's going to give more of a definition. It's going to have more of that wax type quality, both of which it will have a matte finish. But when it's on dry hair, it has a matte finish, but edging more towards a little bit of a sheen. Like I said, a little bit more of that wax type quality. It can give a little bit piecierness when it's on dry hair, versus when it's on wet, there'll be more of a solid movement to it. It has, let's see here, it's a little bit harder of a consistency. It's more like a wax to it. But you definitely just want to use like about a nail size to start with. And definitely emulsify in your fingers before you go into the hair. And then we have Beach Day. Now, remember I said there were the two products? The one was the blondish shampoo because it had a sulfate. This is that other product that you need to remember. It's special. This is Beach Day. So it actually has sea salt in it. So not only is it going to give you a beachy look, it literally has beach elements in it. You can't get any more beachy than that. But because it has sea salt in it, that means it has sodium chloride in it. Salt. Which means it is not good for people who have hair extensions or people who have had chemically straightened hair. It just doesn't mix well with those chemicals. Basically breaks those chemicals down. So, aside from those individuals, this is amazing because you can put it into, like I said, wet hair or dry hair, and it helps to give you that perfect beachy look. You know, you can be a California blonde with your blonde hair. But now you can also be a California beach blonde with this amazing hairstyle. You want to spritz it into damp hair, and from there you scrunch it. It is layerable depending upon how much you put in it. It doesn't have like a stiff or a crunchy texture to it or anything. It's very soft and touchable. Sometimes any beach sprays or like sea salt sprays, they get crunchy. They feel dirty. You feel like you need to wash your hair as soon as you get done with it. And this isn't like that. It's still very like touchable, very moisturized. You put it into damp hair and then scrunch it and either let it air dry or diffuse depending upon how much you really want to encourage and enhance that curl and that wave. Or you can put it into dry just to amp up that beachiness just a little bit. Add a little bit of texture, a little bit of beachiness. It's also layerable. So if you put it onto wet hair and then you're like, oh, I feel like I need a little bit more, you can still put on more. You can actually use it on like the second day to re-encourage a style from the first day, to really amp up that beachiness. Just remember, not for clients with extensions or chemically straightened hair because of that sodium chloride. You always want to know your contraindications. From there, we have U-oil. Now, U-oil is one of my favorites. I think my hair could swim in U-oil. I love this stuff. It's actually made of an argan oil. And here's a fun fact for you. If you've seen argan oil or products that are infused with argan oil and they are not in a glass bottle, they're not effective because that argan oil will evaporate out and then it's just not there. So you're not actually buying the argan oil or argan infused anything. This is glass because we want our products to work. We want them to actually hold up to the claims that they are making. So this has the highest amount of argan oil in any products out there. It is designed to put a ton of moisture and shine and replenish that health of your hair. It can go into wet or dry. When you put it into wet hair, not only does it deliver an intense pack of moisture and shine, but it helps to seal down the cuticle. It also helps to push out water and basically take its place, which means for you as a stylist, it reduces that blow dry time by 30%. So for me, I use this on pretty much all of my guests, but those guests who have like Rapunzel hair, you better believe I'm using this on them because I don't want to spend an hour blow drying Rapunzel's long locks. This will get all of that water out and help to cut down that time. You can use it obviously when it's dry as well. Just add a little bit of shine, a little bit of moisture, take away those flyaways as a finishing product. We recommend 1 to 3 pumps per head. Of course, play with your guest's hair, figure out what's best for them. If someone has denser, coarser, heavier hair, like myself, you may be able to use a little bit more, but play with it and play safe. I personally, like I said, I can swim in this stuff. I love it. And it has the UV and the heat protectant in it. From there, we have liquid dust. Liquid dust will give you the maximum amount of hold and volume in any of our styling products, except for perhaps one hairspray. This stuff is no joke. This is for the guest who has very, very baby fine hair and they still want the volume that they had of yesteryear. So you want to spray it in either wet or dry. It does get activated more so with the heat. So we always recommend that you spray it in. If you're doing it on wet hair, just spray it in like 1 pump per section. That's literally all you need. And blow dry it. It will add so much grip, so much volume that is still malleable and still touchable. It definitely has a whole lot of strength. The nice thing is, as you touch it, it gets reactivated. So if you have a guest who's one of those people who keeps zooshing up their hair throughout the day, they gotta just keep adding that volume, this is for them. Because every time they touch it, it will help give a little bit more lift to it. We like to say it changes the fabric of the hair. It changes it from silk to suede. Just make sure to really educate your guests so that way they're happy and they love this product because it's probably perfect for them. They just need to know exactly how to use it. From there, we have the Smooth and Shine. Now, I always like to say I think this is luxury's cousin. Like maybe one day it'll be in a whole new system with luxury. I mean, you know, hint, hint. But the reason why is because it has the argan oil. it has the honey, and it has the crushed white pearl. It does all of those amazing qualities of luxury in a hybrid styling product. So if your client is buying luxury or you're recommending luxury for them, recommend Smooth and Shine for them. It can go in wet or dry. It is designed to basically rehabilitate damaged hair and add a ton of moisture, a ton of smoothness, and add all that shine to it. Now, it is very concentrated. We recommend a pea-size amount to start with. I know that sounds like not much. Pea-size, put it on your hands, and move it through. It really, a little does go a long way, and you don't want to use too much. If you do use too much, use some Boost Up to counteract that. But this is absolutely amazing. If you put it on to damp hair, it'll help to really shut down the cuticle and give you a smooth, polished, finished look. For dry hair, it's really great to tame any flyaways or any humidity type issues because it has anti-humectant properties into it. A lot of times I'll use this as a finishing product just because I want to tame all those flyaways and any sort of craziness, especially with the humidity that we have where I am. It will deliver the best smooth shine look to it, and the most noticeable results are hair that is typically damaged or compromised, and it provides an easy time for you to just go through it. It also has that heat and that UV protectant in it that we've been talking about. If you've noticed a trend, it's in a lot of things. Then we move on to our finishing products. This is what you finish with. You're done. Your hair looks gorgeous. You just need one more thing to pull it all together, and that's this system. So we're starting with second day. Have you ever noticed how sometimes your hair looks better on the second day than the first? Like the first day it's too perfect, or it's just, I don't know, laying weird, and apparently you just need to toss and turn and for it to be perfect. This provides that on the first day. Why wait for the second day? We have second day right here. So it is a cream and is designed really for more so towards the root, but you can actually use it throughout a lot of the hair. A lot of times I will use it on my own curls just to kind of bring them all together. You know, a night of sleeping and something's going cockeyed, I want them to all come back together and be one big cohesive family. And this will help you do so. And again, this is part of our finishing system. And it has this Merlot colored label. Merlot just sounds nice. Then we move on to our Texturizer spray. It helps to add weightless texture to the hair. It is layerable, so even though it has a minimal amount of hold, you can definitely put more and build that up on there. It actually has a silica base in it, which makes it so that not only does each hair follicle have something to grip to, but each silica will hold on to each other. So it becomes almost like Velcro. So you can put it in the hair and it will stay nice and big and sexy and have a lot of volume to it. It's really amazing. You want to shake it up, of course. And it has a nice little lock where you can basically lock it by going all the way over to the right, unlock it to the left, so you don't need that extra cap that a lot of times we tend to lose. The big thing you want to emphasize to your guests is you don't want to spray it like hairspray. It's not this. Instead, spurts. You can even see how much it makes this side look a little bit fuller, a little bit softer, a little more out than the other side. I love this for guests when I'm doing the big, sexy Victoria's Secret type curls, or even bridal when I'm doing that type of look. This is really perfect for it. It helps to give that look. And it has that UV and heat protectant to it. Then we have Tricky Spray and Tricky Light. They're similar, but there are very important differences to them. Tricky Spray is a spray wax. So it is made of 50% wax and 50% aerosol. It has the benefits of both wax and hairspray. It is really fantastic for taming those flyaways. You know, the little baby hairs that always tend to come up right around here. Put a little bit of that on, brush them away, and all the problem's gone. It is fantastic for styling, whether it be a braid, where you need everything to look nice and smooth and crisp, but you still want to have that malleability to it. This is really fantastic for it. Tricky Spray is designed for guests that have medium to coarser hair. Their hair can hold that wax, and it'll do just fine to give them that perfect final look. But if a guest has finer hair, medium to finer hair, we recommend Tricky Light. It has half of the amount of wax as the Tricky spray. So instead of it having so much of a wax quality, it has a little bit more of a hairspray quality, but just enough wax to tame the flyaways and add a little bit more definition and hold to those braids, but not too much to overpower hair that is on the finer side. They're both fantastic. It just depends on what hair type you have and what the goal is. And they both have heat and UV protectants in them. And then we have Expand-A-Dust. Expand-A-Dust is one of my go-tos for bridal upstyling. It is a translucent, odorless dust, so it's great even for girls with really dark hair. And the powder goes in around the hair and helps to add volume. It adds bulk. I personally love it for when I tease hair. I'll put this in, and then it makes it so that teasing, it's not going to go anywhere. It's perfectly there forever and ever through the rest of the evening, regardless of how much they're dancing at that reception. It actually will absorb oil too. So a lot of times people will use this, sometimes as a dry shampoo, even though that's not its designed intent. You want to put it in by either tapping or poofing. I personally prefer the tap method just because then I can have more precise as to where it's actually going. And then we get to our hairsprays. So we start with Max Control Spray, which sounds intense. I promise you it's not that intense. It has a medium to strong hold. It is a great flexible hairspray. It does not flake. It does not add crunch. It is still brushable. It's fantastic. It still has the heat protectant and the UV protectant. This is your standard hairspray to go to. It has a good hold, but like I said, it's not going to shellac anything, and it's not going to have a crunch or flaking factor. From there, one of my personal favorites is the Go 365 hairspray. Why? Because of this invention. It has a nozzle. And maybe I was just amused by the novelty of it. But I was amazed because I'd never seen any company out there ever do this before. I was like, that's genius. How has no one done this? The amazing thing is, so it has light, medium, and heavy, depending upon not only your hair type, but your hair needs for that day, or maybe there's just one little hair, or maybe you need more. Whatever your needs are, this can do it. It has all the same benefits as our other hairsprays, meaning it's non-flaking, it's not going to be crunchy, it has a UV and a heat protectant to it. It's incredible. It's by far the most versatile. If someone's on the fence about what type of hairspray, if one's going to be too harsh, too strong, this is my recommendation for them. Now, let's say you're working at editorial, or you have a style that needs to last through a hurricane. It needs to last forever, and you're done. You're completely done. It looks fantastic. It's amazing. Then you want to use our Session Max Spray. This stuff is no joke. It is very, very, very strong. It will hold that hair through everything. Don't use it until you are completely done. You know you're done. You're never touching it again. This is your hairspray. It will hold everything perfectly in place. It still has the same heat protectant and UV protectant. It's still non-flaking and brushable, though very strong. And will give you that perfect final look that's not going anywhere. Now, these are the 41 products and the 8 systems of our Core Unite. But separate from that is the men's Go-To-47, which was created in 2011 with the well-groomed man in mind. The entire system smells of macadamia and ginseng. So while it smells strong, it's still soft and approachable. It has a definitive, masculine smell, but not overbearing, to where women still like it. I have women who like to use it, and it's a good smell for everyone. It's not like an aggressive smell. All the packaging is in gold and black. This still has that very strong, definitive quality to it. So we start with the shampoo. The shampoo, again, is still sulfate, sodium chloride, and paraben free. It actually has B5 in it, which increases the strength of the hair by 20%. Men, as we all know, love their hair. They desperately want to love their hair forever. And sometimes nature has other plans. So we want to make sure they have the best hair possible for as long as they possibly can. So why not increase the strength of that hair? This shampoo will do it for you. From there, we have the Go 24/7 Mint Thickening Shampoo. It will help to not only increase the appearance of the thickness of their hair, but it will help to increase the actual hair growth. There's menthol in it that increases hair growth from the scalp. There's honey that increases the rejuvenation of the scalp, or rejuvenation of the hair. So not only does this actually make the hair look healthier and fuller and thicker, it will increase the hair growth. From there, we have the conditioner, the Go 24/7 conditioner, and it has that same menthol quality to it that leaves a little bit like a tingling of the scalp to again encourage that hair growth. It still shuts down the cuticle and delivers a heavy pack of moisture while not being heavy, so they can still get all that lift. Then we move on to the styling products. So we start with the hair gel, the Go 24/7 hair gel. It has a strong hold, but it is still touchable, it's still non-flaking. It is designed to go into wet hair and allow them to style. So that way they can get that perfect style that they want, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's like what you think of when you think of a gel. And then we have our styling cream. So styling cream has a medium hold to it and a matte finish. It is designed for short to medium hair to help them in styling their hair in a certain direction or a certain way while not being crunchy or too much of a hold or having any type of a sheen. It has a natural finish to it. From there, we have our texture paste. This is designed to add texture and add definition and pieciness to it. It still has a matte finish to it, but has a medium to strong hold to it. David Beckham swears by this product. Loves it. It's his personal favorite. So tell that to your guys. Maybe they'll want to be like Beckham. From there, we have our cream wax. It goes on like a cream and it finishes like a wax. It has the consistency of a cream, but then it has that slight sheen of a wax. And again, it has that medium to strong hold. Then we have our pomade. Pomade is designed with that pompadour in mind. So it has a stronger hold, has a little bit more of a sheen finish. If that's the look the guy is going for, of a pomade, a pompadour classic look, he wants the pomade. Then we have grooming cream. Grooming cream is designed for medium to longer length hair. It has the least amount of hold. It still has a natural finish to it, but it's really just designed to tame the flyaways. So instead of forcing the hair to go one way or another, it just kind of helps bring it all together so it's a cohesive look. From there, we have that control spray, which is designed for the men's hairspray, which I know some guys did, it's hairspray, but it helps to keep all the hair exactly where they want it. And it will help keep all the flyaways, it'll keep it look perfect, but it has that macadamia and ginseng scent to it, so even though it's a hairspray, I guarantee you there's plenty of guys out there who love this stuff because of its benefits. And then we have the body wash, which not only delivers intense amounts of moisture with argan oil in it, but it also still has that menthol quality, so it's nice and invigorating and cleansing and makes everyone just feel fresh and clean. Now, I hope you love Unite. I love Unite. I love their products. I love their story. I love what they're all about. And if you're anything like me, you want to go out, you want to shout it from the mountaintops and tell everyone about it, and you want it in all of your guests' hands. But you don't want to sound like a slimy salesperson. So, how do you do that? Well, you should care. Unite is spearheading a new campaign called Unite Cares. And essentially, we want you to care about your client, not just today, not just while they're in this chair, but tomorrow and the next day, when they're at home, when they're at the grocery store. We want you to care. We were spearheading this paradigm shift away from selling and retailing that's been inundated into our heads and more towards caring. So instead of selling and retailing, like let's toss those words out of your brain. They don't exist. Instead, you care. So, okay, so you care now, but how do you get these into your guests' hands by caring? That's where a care package comes in. We believe that you can create a care package that is uniquely designed for each guest based upon their needs and their wants, and it will show them how much you not only care about them, but how much you want them to look great tomorrow and the next day and so forth. I tell my guests, this is the product you need to recreate this look that you love. This is the product you need to solve this problem. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to solve your problems. We suggest that you put 5 products into your initial care package, which, oh my gosh, 5. It's really not that many. You start with a shampoo and a conditioner, and a prep product such as 7 Seconds or the Curl Leave-In Cream. And then you put in a styling product. You have 4. And you have a finishing product. And then magically you have 5. It's really not that hard. These products can be customized per season, per specific need. Whatever their needs are, that's what this is for. This is what you are for. You don't want to assume that your guest doesn't want to buy something. They could really want to buy something and they have no idea as to what to get. And they're looking to you for your expert advice. So don't go down to the front desk and rush them out. Don't go to the front desk and show them every single product. All, let's see here, 52 products. Just don't show them all that. You want to give them something that's special for them, something that you care about for them. If you can show them how much that you care about them and their hair and their well-being, they will take it to heart and it won't come off like a sale. It'll come off like you genuinely care about their well-being and their hair, which will reverberate in their referrals for you to their friends and to people complimenting their hair because it'll be good hair walking around, advertising you. Care about your clients and be a part of the paradigm shift that we're spearheading here. Now, I want to talk briefly on social media. It is a part of our world and it is not going anywhere. So, if you are not a part of social media, I highly suggest that you become a part of it because you're missing out on opportunities. You're missing out on guests that can be out there looking, searching for someone, and you're not there to have access to them. You're missing out on connecting with other hairstylists who not only could show you some new, neat way to do something, but you're missing out on hairstylists just for like a community aspect of it. You're missing out on the community with different brands like Unite, who we are a family, and our family has a presence, and we want you to be a part of our presence. There's so many opportunities out there, and it makes the whole world a little bit smaller and a little bit closer. So don't miss out on those opportunities. We have some of the handles that are with Unite, just our basic one, and then some more that are international ones. So if there's a certain country that you have family in, or you're interested in, or whatever, connect with them. And then some of the hashtags. Some of them are very product-centric, other ones are more generic just towards Unite and the Unite family. They're always changing because they're really made by the people who are using social media. So stay up to date with that. It's so vital to your, how much you thrive as a stylist. And it can be so beneficial. I want to thank you for coming here today and for taking the time to really learn about Unite. And I hope that I've been able to provide something for you of value, regardless of how long you've been using Unite or how much you've known about it, and something you can go and relay to your guests. So I want to ask, does anybody have any questions today about Unite, its products, its mission, anything? Okay. If there's no questions, or that's fine. If you think of something later, make sure to go to unitehair.com and look around. Chances are your questions can be answered there. But if you just can't find something, don't hesitate to reach out and someone will get back with you because we want you to be informed. We want to be able to give you the best tools to be able to service your guests. Again, I really want to thank you for taking the time today to come out here and to learn about Unite. I hope you've fallen in love with it as much as I did when I first came in contact with it. And I hope that I provided you with some information to be able to relay to your guests and be able to allow you to deliver the best hair possible. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and have fun styling with Unite, and welcome to the Unite family.